Hello and welcome back to the Mic Check Show. Today we have, I would say, a distinguished gentleman, the definition of the cat's PJs, Mr. Duffy himself, Bill Duffy.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
Not too bad.
How was the trip in?
It was alright. Traffic was a little rough, but roads were decent.
That's good. I have to say I'm sick of stuff. I'm sick of the snow.
See, I just wanted to stay consistent, honestly. You don't know, take tires off, put your good ones on, blah, blah, blah.
So you didn't drift all the way here?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so before we get into the main show of it, of course, as you see, I'm wearing Saber stuff, rocking the Sabres for once. I don't have to be ashamed. So, how you feeling about NHL this year?
I haven't kept up to it super closely. It's been a while since I followed it like a diehard fan, but every time I kind of peek in, seems like Montreal's in the same state. We got young, fresh, fast guys. We don't have any size. Experience is hard to come by with us. And goaltending, ever since Carey Price started getting hurt every other month.
And old.
Yeah. So.
Has he retired yet?
I don't know if he's retired, or I do know he was doing like injury recovery, but then he also got into rehab, I'm pretty sure, for alcohol.
Oh, okay. But this is a classic hockey player. And classic AFL player. If I say so myself. All right, so let's get into it. So, 12-year-old Billy, what made you decide to play with the old pigskin?
It was actually one of my best friends at the time, Austin Grayston. He was too afraid to try out on his own, and he kind of just dragged me along. I'd done a few like non-contact summer camps, like Aim High. Omari was part of it. That's where I kind of met the Fraser family. Tony, Anthony, I can't remember the other brother, the Woodsons.
Oh, yeah, them.
Yeah. And so he dragged me out to Cowboys tryouts. So I met with the Spontinis, Palombos, Al Cooper. So
yeah. What made you fall in love with it? Because most kids that age, like, I don't want to get hurt, I don't want to be knocked over.
For me, I'll try not to turn it into like a sob story, but being a bigger guy ever since school started, always kind of been bullied, made fun of for being bigger.
Yeah.
Like for me, anything with stripes was off limits because there was a group of kids that used to push me over and call me a soccer ball. But football was the first time that I've ever been seeked out. Someone my size and my stature, because I hit my growth spurt before everyone else.
Yeah.
So I was taller, bigger, heavier than everyone, and I never felt wanted because of it before.
Okay.
And so that whole sense of community, sense of family, definitely drew me in east.
Oh, perfect. Was it like, all right, this is my time to get revenge on these little kids picking on me?
Not even. I don't even think it went that deep. It was more just, I immediately felt like everyone was friends, and it quickly developed past friends, and just, every step I took, if I would struggle with completing warm-ups or conditioning or finishing a drill, I immediately had 3-4 guys that weren't coaches come in, stand behind me, cheer me on. My first year, I want to say a good 60% of practices in conditionings, I was obviously the last guy. We used to practice out at Churchill, and we'd have to run from one side to a fence and back, and then we'd get into hill sprints.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But, everyone else would finish, and then everyone's doubling back, basically doing a second round of conditioning, going behind me, making sure I'm in front, cheering my name. So that got addicting. And I immediately wanted to try and be able to do that for someone else. So that's where it started, and that's kind of what still keeps me going.
Yeah. Isn't that the beauty of football? No matter how big you are, where you come from, you band together just for that one goal.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing is you can get so many walks of earth and backgrounds and races and whatever. You all have a common goal.
Yeah,
like
true.
12 guys on the field, one mind, right?
Yeah. So one thing about the conditioning, I don't think the Hoggies should do that type of conditioning. Because whenever are you going to have a big guy run that far? Like, I get it, you want them conditioned, but I think there's a better way of doing it.
In high school, I slimmed down, but our offense was pull me left, pull me right, or a dive behind me. So if you go back and watch my films, there's 10 play drives where I probably ran 20 yards per play.
Damn. So it's worth it, I guess.
Yeah.
But hey, I say sprints all the way. Not just jogging stuff, but I think they changed over time. Yeah. Anyways, so football, rugby, they go hand in hand in high school and in general. But one interesting thing is you joined the wrestling team. What made you decide to do that?
I started wrestling in junior high, and it was fun. It was pretty easy. I mean, the hardest thing we really had to do was bear crawls or burpees, and
burpees,
right?
Yeah.
I was pretty successful in junior high, and then I was kind of ignorant to the level jump from junior high to high school. And so I joined the team to get out of off-season conditioning training for football, and it was insane.
Okay.
The stairs we would run, the sprints, we basically did weekly beat tests.
Right?
Yeah. But with wrestling, I got pretty lucky. My coach, her name's Christine Nordhagen, and she was the first Canadian and female wrestler to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's just for women or for just wrestlers, period, but I'm pretty sure she still holds the Canadian record for the most medals won.
Damn.
So with that, the core strength, the coordination, the balance, the footwork, everything I learned from her, that I think it helped me in everything else I did in life, even work, because I've done a lot of trade work, manual labor, and you don't really think about it, but I see how it applies to everything in life.
Oh, yeah. Bit of a personal question here, but do you have kids?
I have one. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm guessing wrestling definitely helps with the little one.
Yeah.
Starring, was it him? Her?
Him. Billy the Fourth.
Oh, yeah. Because I have a collar too, so I'm always doing wrestling moves on him.
Yeah.
But it's more WWE than anything.
Exactly.
We're grabbing him. Woo.
Yeah, I make him believe they're Rey Mysterio.
Well, I was going to say they're toddlers, so definitely the high flyer.
Yeah.
For now. Anyways, so you're very successful with the Calgary Irish. Funny enough, you're going to be an Irish in the future. Can you tell me your experience with the club? And, of course, for those who don't know, the Irish is the rugby club, right?
Yeah. It's out by Airport Trail. I believe their socials are CCIAC. Can't remember what it stands for. I'm sure if you just look up Rugby Calgary Irish, you'll find them.
Oh, yeah.
My experience with them was great. Everywhere you went, you were loved. I'm pretty sure they're the only organization that has a clubhouse attached to their field. It's their clubhouse, their field.
Oh, cool.
I think there's 4 fields in total, but they run like a little pub. One of the members, we call him Crazy Dave.
Yep.
He plays, but he's also like the chef, bartender. It was fantastic. I started, I think I would have been U16, U15, and they were kind of my introduction to rugby outside of high school. And I think by the end of day 2, every one of the boys on men's team, women's team, like 18 up, they knew me by first name. Everyone went out of their way to introduce themselves to you. my first practice, a lot of the skills we were being taught was very new to me. And I would see some of the senior boys kind of walk away from their practice. Next thing I know is I had three grown men positioning my body in a certain way, make sure I'm safe, I'm strong, and I'm stable. Like it's when you talk about a family, it's the same thing as football, but it just seemed immediate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say rugby is safer than football? Or is it kind of like equal?
I'd say rugby is safer because football, I mean, you got guys that can run 20 miles per hour. They'll start at 40 yards apart and they'll smack into each other. They feel safe. I feel safer behind a helmet, shoulder pads, and whatnot.
Yeah, fair.
So I don't think about it. But in rugby, if you go to deliver a hit like that, sure, you can end someone else's career, but you're ending your own.
Yeah.
If you try to spear someone or be a hero like that. And so a lot of the impact with rugby, it's controlled at a slower pace and nothing's really head on head. It's all 45-degree angle, or you're tripping someone up by their feet, or just a lot more in control of your body. And in rugby too, if I come and throw a forearm into you or drop my shoulder into you, but I don't wrap you to the ground, you can jump up and run. I need to wrap and control the tackle to the ground. So I think it's just a lot more conditioning and soft tissue things. So broken fingers, toes, noses, rather than, broken necks, backs, arms from the speed of football.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably why I didn't join rugby. Yeah, I can't damage my beautiful face.
Yeah, every scar I have on my face is from rugby, so.
That's fair. Do you think women's rugby is tougher than men's in terms of like the brutality of it?
Yeah, I I don't think there's a whole lot of outlets for women to really get out aggression, to be themselves, because there's a premeditation that women are more conservative and they don't have that edge like we do, and that's so wrong.
Yeah.
The most competitive, the most aggressive people I've seen on a field are women. Like the noises that would come from the women's practices, or when we would go through joint practices, I mean, they just, no regard.
Yeah.
Full tilt all the time. Just, they love it.
Yeah. Pulling hair. It's crazy.
That's why I used to wear the scrum cap. I looked crazy, but I always had the longer hair, so.
That's fair. I like the scrum cap. When I think of that, I think, oh yeah, rugby.
But scrum cap, I don't think offers any protection.
Just your hair, really.
Yeah. Keep it out of my face.
Yeah, pretty much. To continue on with rugby, have you checked out the Six Nations on Netflix?
No.
So every year they have the Six Nations tournament. So it's England, Ireland, Wales, Scotland, France, and Italy. And it's just like competitions to see who's the best nation.
Okay.
You should check it out. It's pretty good.
How long have they been doing this for?
I'll have to look. Because I just found out about it through Netflix. So I've been kind of outlining to it.
Okay.
I'm like, damn, it's a huge thing over there.
Yeah.
I know European football is huge, but I hadn't thought rugby was huge.
No, I got the opportunity to play against, we call them touring teams. When I think I was grade 12, we had like a junior high age English team come over.
Yeah.
Dude, they kicked our ass. Like, it looked like an NHL player playing against a bunch of Timbuk kids. Like,
damn.
The way they hit felt harder, their speed, their understanding of the game, it was insane.
Mm-hmm.
And I would expect something like that from Australia or New Zealand, but England?
Yeah, I know, right?
So.
Yeah, I know with all those countries. Well, like, Wales is tiny, but yeah, they have some big boys. Yeah. If only I could understand their language. Because I've been to Wales once and seeing their road sign. It's just this long word. All gibberish.
Really?
I'm like, how do you even pronounce that?
See, it was in the middle of COVID. Me and my fiance, we were in England. So we did a trip up to Scotland. We kind of avoided Wales
Yeah.
or missed it, but I found like Scotland was harder than
Okay.
England to understand, but
Yeah, it's funny because it's like the same language, but
yeah.
the accent. But
I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Someone from BC, someone from Brunswick, right?
yeah,
Accents and
Newfoundland, really.
yeah.
I was telling one of my coworkers because she's from India. She's like, "Oh, does every Canadian sound the same?" I'm like, "No, you cannot understand people from Newfoundland unless you're from there."
I'm from New Brunswick, and I have an uncle that my aunt needs to translate for. Like I've tried and I've tried, but no, can't understand a single word.
Like, can we have some captions? Yeah, she
Sure, there's an app for this.
probably. And be like, I do not understand. All right. So, sports can be helpful for developing kids. Um, what do you think helps the development of children growing up in rugby and football? And how did it help you with that?
Um,
We're getting deep into it now.
yeah, I think first of all, the biggest thing is teamwork. You know, being able to work with a bunch of different people that you don't see every day, you're not familiar with. How to come to an understanding because there's with sports, there's going to be different talent levels, different skill levels, and even as a kid, how your body's developing. So you know, being able to work with something like that, if you're the one that's kind of lagging behind, how can you do something extra to try and catch up?
Sure.
Or how can you make it easier on the people that may be ahead of you? And then vice versa, you know, how can you teach your knowledge to someone who doesn't understand, who's very fresh or new to the game?
Mhm.
But then flip side, it's also how to be an individual because yes, you can practice and train as a team all you want, but a lot of the time, the biggest developments are when you're on your own. How do you continue that work away from the field or away from the gym or whatever? The film, you know, looking up, working on techniques, especially like offensive lineman, defensive lineman, right? Like as a center, you know, can you consistently snap in the same spot? Defensive lineman, you know, hand placement on your first jab or first contact engagement, whatever it is. Um, I think that's huge. And then also just learning that you're not going to win
Yeah,
all the time.
sure.
Uh, you know, it sucks and everyone wants to win all the time, but how to handle loss, how to handle adversity, you know, that's huge.
Oh, yeah. What was your worst loss now that you mentioned it?
Um,
I don't know if I could beat mine, but let's hear it.
like biggest score difference?
Yeah, the biggest score difference.
Jeez. Um, I kind of blur them all together, but I imagine it has to be one of us first haters.
Yeah, that's fair. That's happened to me too. Back with the Pack, it was like either like 87-0 or 83-0.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, when I joined the Irish, I remember a couple of the more vet guys. There was a game where they lost like 102 nothing
Oh,
or
yeah, I
something.
think I heard about that.
So
At that point, it's like, all right, it's just about getting better.
yeah, you know, let's still show who we are, but everyone get out safe. And
Yeah. But also, it's more of a character building moment. Knowing, like, hey, we may be losing by a lot, but we're still going to give it our all.
that's something I did notice though is like the vets that would talk about games like that, they weren't necessarily they weren't happy about it, but you never saw anyone really have like ill intent or a scowl on their face. They kind of joked about it, laughed about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like next week, the next game went like XYZ," you know. So just like you said, you build from it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the good thing with well, developing as a child is going through shitty games like that. Because, hey, like you said, you can't win them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I hate to admit it, but I was pretty fortunate through club football, high school football to be like on pretty successful teams. So my first year with the Irish, I believe we went 1-3. It was a shortened season,
Okay.
and it's the first time in my career I've finished under 500.
Oh,
So that was
Yeah.
definitely a shock to me.
what is this?
But it got that itch bigger for me. Obviously, I was excited for the next season. I'd been away from the game for a while, but I could feel that anticipation almost built more because it's like, I don't want to experience that. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Like, this cannot happen.
It definitely sucked. Yeah, I've been on like winless games. You kind of get numb to it, but winning just makes it feel a lot better. Yeah. All right. So this is my favorite thing with my show, but this is why I send out the list of what's called questions, so guys can get an idea of like your story, funny stories. Of course, you playing all these sports. What is one of your funny stories you can tell
Um,
on or off the field or above the mat?
I
Running, wrestling, those two.
I could probably pick one from each sport. Like,
Yeah, if you want.
my first year of football, I was playing with the Calgary Cowboys, and I don't know if he was with the Gators last year, but Austin Daisy was playing defensive end for us at the time. I was playing left tackle. It was like my second or third padded practice, and Mike Palumbo was my offensive coach, line coach. And he could see that I was struggling a little bit with some of our bigger, more powerful guys. I just wasn't super comfortable coming out of my stance, getting aggressive yet. And so he was saying, like, look, if you're getting manhandled, bull rushed, you can't handle it, uh, do your pass set, engage, come in close, and fall backwards. So, okay. He taught me that through indie skills, and we jumped into one-on-ones next. So, like, hey, coach, like, I'm going to give this overall the next, like, my first rep, and we'll see. And so I'm going up against Daisy. I take my kick step, re-engage, I close, I go to fall back. I didn't think about any of my other limbs, but I had both my knees kind of together when I fell. I nailed Daisy. And so he's sitting there rolling around for a good 5-10 minutes. I'm like, it worked.
Jeez. It's funny because no matter what, you're going to get hit in the nuts playing football. You say, oh, we're a cup. No, I can't.
No, I just feel like the almost gives you a bruise of where the impact was.
Yeah.
Like, I don't find it protects a whole lot. And like being a bigger guy, I mean, it's kind of uncomfortable to have something smaller there,
Oh, yeah, 100%. And as you mentioned it, I don't know why I remember now, but with the Irish, what side of the line did you play?
I mainly played right guard, but my first year I played center.
Okay.
And I kind of jumped around if we were kind of weaker on one side than the other in pass pro, for example. I kind of jumped where we needed help.
Okay. Were you with, I think is it Josh Williams? What was it the QB you guys had?
Yeah, Josh Williams.
Okay. I think we went up one-on-one on the line for one of the playoff games.
Really?
Yeah, I think you pancaked me. So during the playoff game, our tackle, his ankles, he hurt his ankles. So he was being driven back by like 10 yards. And I wasn't playing receiver at the time. So I'm like, I'm throwing you at the tackle. Yeah, I think you pancaked. Because I remember lining out, and they're like, oh gosh.
I remember playing against Andrew too. I forget his last name. I played flag football with him quite a bit.
Yeah.
Tall, lanky guy, looks like Sid the Sloth.
Yep.
Yeah, I drove him back like 15, 20 yards. He's sitting there screaming at me, like tapped me, like, stop it, we're fine, we're good. Like, so.
It's a shitty feeling. Well, I'll say this. You didn't drive me back very far, but when I got tired, I just went down.
Okay.
But I remember another play. You guys, I think it was a sweep, and you guys double teamed me.
Okay.
I remember saying, guys, you don't need to do this. Only one is good.
That's probably me and McNally, yeah.
Yeah, I remember like, hey, Josh. Jeez. I'll just say this: I have a new respect for you, hobbies. So playing like on the line is tiring.
Yeah. And, if we're already sitting at 280 to 320 pounds,
Yeah,
trying to move someone else that weight, you double your workload.
yeah. Because I'm used to like playing receiver, just running up and down the field. I thought that was exhausting, but like just engaging with guys the whole game,
Yeah.
like Jesus.
Like, I find, especially on Pass Pro, is you find these little muscles that you don't regularly use,
Mm.
and they're just on fire the entire time you're in your pass sets.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny too because I played was it O-line and flag because for some reason we didn't have enough guys. It's like okay, go at tackle. I'm like shit, I never played this. So I'm like okay, remember the kick, remember keep it in. I was like oh, this is actually working. Then of course I wouldn't do it, and then he blow right by me. I'm like yeah, this shit's difficult.
if you're playing offensive line, think inside out. Inside's the quickest path to the quarterback. Keep yourself there.
Sure. I was like yeah, let's push you out.
Yeah.
Like get a loop around. Alrighty. So of course going to the Irish. You played with the Irish for your entire career in the AFL, correct?
Yeah.
What can you say about your time with the Irish? Ups, downs, just all of that stuff.
I loved it. Start things off. My first year, Josh Williams was actually the one that brought me on. We were both rookies in the league. I don't want to say this in a way of, trash talking anyone, but my first year definitely kind of felt more like we were focused on having fun, kind of building connections. We obviously wanted to be competitive. We cared. We practiced hard, but it definitely felt like the focus was more build something. Then from year 2 on, it really felt like we shifted our focus to be competitive. At first it was take down Cold Lake. How can we close this gap? How can we, really bring it to them? Then with the Gators coming in, I don't think we were disrespectful to the Gators, but we had so many close calls and tough games with Cold Lake where kind of Cold Lake was still our main focus. We didn't know how much of an impact the Gators would or wouldn't have in the league. And so the Gators, I would say, weren't really our focus. We took them serious, definitely, from what they did to everyone else. But after kind of our first game with the Gators, I think we kind of took a step back and we're like, okay, let's still respect Cold Lake, but, Gators is who we need to try and match ourselves up with. Starting at the lines, how can we build ourselves with size, strength, speed? How can we match route design and the difficulty or, just the way that their receivers are running routes? How can we match and beat that? Basically going through every position. What do we need to change in practice to hit these things? I don't want to say we sat back and was like, oh my God, Gators are God. They're undefeatable. But we're like, yeah, we really need to make sure we respect them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely can't you can't make mistakes with the Gators.
No. Because, if you make one mistake, they'll hurt you twice by it somehow.
Oh yeah. So on the AFL free agency portal, you're the first thing that appears. What made you decide to leave the Irish? And what's next for you?
I left the Irish because I just felt like I kind of need to take a step back. My little one's getting a little older. I think everyone's feeling it, but financially for the family, things haven't been the best. Really trying to focus on a career, kind of grounding ourselves, getting ourselves stable. And then last year with me stepping up as president, I really felt like I was the right guy. I felt like I came in with the right attitude. I thought I had some pretty good ideas and plans. I felt like I selected a great support cast and we were all kind of aligned. And 99.9% of the time, we all were. It's just, I understood the workload going into it, but I was still ignorant, I guess, to how many little things they were and how quick things would build up. Um, and for me, it was, out of the past 4 years, there's only 1 year where the Irish finished at 500, and it was with me at the helm.
Yeah.
Right. So I like to think I took a step back, was being objective, and I wasn't the right fit.
Okay.
Um, Still, I don't have any bad blood with anyone there. I'm super excited for what they're going to be doing. I'm super excited for people that have stepped up. Recruitment. I'm not best friends with the current president, but if he needs to ask something, my phone's always open. We've had great calls together, but it seems like he's stepping in with his head on his shoulders. Same thing, has a plan in place, has connections, recruitments. It's
Yeah.
so,
Okay. So once an Irish, always an Irish.
yeah.
That's good. Yeah, it's good to leave not on bad terms with the team. I know that happens a lot in this league. Egos,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Even for me, when I left the pack, like I was pissed off with them. They didn't know it because I didn't really talk about it. So yeah, that was my own personal beef.
Yeah.
But it's good that you still have a love for that team.
Like I'm
Yeah.
over the moon that I love Coach Anton, and I think he's a great individual. I think he's a great coach.
Yeah, what was it like being coached by him?
It was fun, but he's so adaptable and he has really, really good people skills that he only needs a practice or two with you to understand what type of player you are, what type of person you are, and how to go about it. So it's really unique if you watch him through practice. You can almost see like 4 or 5 different faces of him just because he can adapt his coaching style to almost any player. And, it made it fun. But even if the player almost kind of wanted to make this more of a friendship rather than a player coach relationship, I think he was great at being a friend off the field, but it shocked some people, I think, with how set in stone he would make that player coach relationship on the field.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, hats off to Coach Anton, but I am super pumped to see Coach John kind of, get his chance to kind of run the show. Because like last year, it was my decision. We did like a co-head coach system, just through how many different things were going on in Coach Anton's life. We understood there might be some scheduling issues, so Coach John, I think, is a perfect replacement, or you can't replace Coach Anton, but perfect guy, next man up.
Sure.
And so Coach John, I think, did a great job at carrying the workload from last year, and I'm excited to see what he does with him. It's being his show,
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's about time he finally got his opportunity to leave.
because he was with the Wolf Pack when Wolf Pack won, right?
Yeah.
So like he's shown he can do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm definitely excited. Of course, I want him to be on the show.
He's pretty shy.
Well, we're gonna be talking football. We're gonna be talking Irish football.
You almost gotta like secretly film him.
Yeah. Hey, what do you do?
Meet up,
That's the team do.
right? I'm sure if you invite him out to Old Town up in Airdrie,
There,
I'd have a good chat with him.
get a few drinks in him. Talk some Irish.
He doesn't drink. He likes Coke.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Fair. So getting off to the Irish talk. Um, we did mention before we started Edmonton Elite how I love to make fun of them, but I'm gonna switch it up. Um, so of course the league is expanding eventually. Of course, Edmonton can't hold a team for some weird reason. I think they've been through like 6 teams.
Well,
Probably more. You have to check the wiki.
I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to the history of the league, so a lot of this stuff is kind of news to me.
Okay. That's why people need to tell me these stories so I can get out. Anyways, so what do you think of Lethbridge having a team?
Oh, to be honest, I have reached out to Amari last year, because he kind of had some leads on rumblings and that people were interested in starting the program. I would love it. I live in Staveley, so I'm halfway, almost exactly between Calgary and Lethbridge. Um, I was trying to recruit guys at Claire's home is 12 minutes south of me. Nanton is 15 minutes north of me. I had some leads, but then a lot of they're just out of high school.
Yeah.
You know, they need to stay close to home, working on the farms, and more life got in the way. But there is so much talent and so many guys. When high school ends, if you're not picked up by a junior team or a university, which isn't likely because there's almost no coverage for those guys, regardless of their skill. Um, I do know of some people, their families have the ability to kind of ship them up to Calgary or Edmonton or bigger cities to get noticed. But I mean, the untouched talent that's in that area is huge.
Damn.
Everyone there needs to either go to baseball, hockey, some do wrestling, but wrestling's also a really small sport in Canada, period.
Yeah, you don't hear much.
I think Lethbridge has, the university has a rugby team, but I don't really think there's any rugby leagues around the area either. So,
They would be perfect. Get a team there, because I think they have an OHL team. OHL, sorry. I was thinking Ontario. They have a WHL team.
Yeah, they play against the Calgary Wranglers. I forget what league that is.
I think that's AHL. I can't remember. There's so many now. Yeah, so
the Cyclones, I think they are.
Okay.
Or Hurricanes or some windstorm.
Okay. See, clearly I'm more into football than hockey. But yeah, have a team down there, get that like untapped talent. Because with the AFL now, it's more getting that talent onto further things, better things. Like the young guys, they end up going in juniors. I guess the only issue is who to run it and to get those guys start like into it.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't quite finish with Amari, but I was trying to chat with Amari, trying to say like, hey, if I can help in any way, let me know, because I assume if Lethbridge has a team, they kind of be recruiting in my area anyway.
Yeah.
I could try and get contacts or connections, but
new president rolling in. It's like, damn, I left one, just do another.
I think I'd need a break before I try my hand at that again.
Yeah, that's fair. Just say recruiting is a lot easier.
See, honestly, coaches or boys on the team had a big part in recruiting last year, so I was pretty hands off on that.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I've never been big on recruiting.
Mari's pretty good at it.
True. You should see what they got this year for the pack. It's gonna be special. That's what I think.
It'll be nice to. I wasn't around. I don't mean to be mean when I say it, but I wasn't really around when the Wolfpack were competitive, and so I think it'd be nice to see them competitive or match up to the war stories everyone talks about.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there either. I came in right after.
Yeah, because 2019 they won, and then the shortened seasons when I showed up.
Totally count. Yeah. But yeah, for Lethbridge, shot in the dark. Name for a Lethbridge team. I was thinking Lethbridge Leprechauns, but you can't have that because you have Irish. We have enough Ireland things in the league already. They have Cyclones.
I never really liked, like, I know Airdrie has a amateur team, or it was like Airdrie Cyclones. I've heard of like the Raiders, Hurricanes. I'm not a big fan of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Kind of like something unique.
maybe something simple like Ox, Lethbridge Ox.
Yeah.
It sounds weird, but you could do a lot with the logo. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
You know, cut costs in terms of getting things printed on jerseys, less letters.
True. Let her go workshopping for whoever wants to start the Lethbridge team. Anyways, so of course, with my show, I love my Huggies. If you don't mind, I think you're my shit. I've done 30 of these now. I think my fourth alignment. I'll double check. Okay, so as an old lineman, you know what to look for as a solid. I want to say lineman. Anyways, the solid lineman. What would be your dream line?
And
We'll say, how well do you know the lineman in the league?
I'm bad with names. I'm pretty good with numbers, or so.
But we'll go with numbers. Okay. Don't worry, I'm bad with names too. I butchered a ton of them.
First would be, I think, right tackle. I do know Zach Horn. Played with Zach. I love playing with Zach. Do I need to include myself?
You can if you want.
Okay. I believe he's number 73 from Red Deer. Poor guy ends up going both ways most of the game. He's a monster. Yeah, have him at right guard. For center, Tyshawn Gators. I don't think you need to say much why.
True.
Left guard and left tackle, it's a little harder because, like, you definitely, I like to have better pass blockers on the left hand side, backside of QB.
Yeah.
Most QBs. I don't know. I think Taylor, we had Taylor at right tackle for us last year. He played with Edmonton, big, tall. For a big guy, great with his feet. I think I'd like to have him at left tackle and left guard. I love McNally, but he's a little slow at his feet. Little bowling ball. I think I want to see Grant.
Okay.
So
yeah,
because Grant's a little smaller than both Zach and Taylor. I think he's good with his feet. He's good with his length, using his hands. So I think he's better pass blocking than run blocking.
Okay. Perfect. I think that's a solid line. Yeah, I have to say, I can't get enough of the Hoggies. Just because without them, you're not going to win.
I'm not going to lie. With all the coverage on, like, NFL teams, I even see it CFL, like, European football leagues, I'm almost getting a little uncomfortable because we're getting our love. We're being put in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And even, at the pros, media days, interviews, you can almost see some of those boys don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because they're not used to it.
After that guy.
Right? When to QB1 or wherever, but.
Yeah. When I was with the Gators, I always loved hanging out with them. Because after every game, they'll be in the parking lot having a beer. I'm like, hey guys, what's up?
We're so weird.
Yeah.
Like,
it's the best.
When you think of weird athletes, most people think like lacrosse team or a hockey team, but it's like, take that energy and put it in one position group, and that's Hoggies.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a very unique position, and not many people can do it.
Yeah, because, at least offensive-wise, we're the only offensive player that never faces the ball.
True.
Right? We're the only person on offense that moves backwards.
Yeah.
Like,
also get pretty lucky with the bounce of the ball.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite highlights is I forget his first name, but O'Connell, when he played with the Pats, he returned that.
Oh,
I think he was Dan for some reason, but
yeah, Dan Conley
Conley.
was a 60. I think he was a center.
Yeah, he's
I'm a Pats fan.
Oh, okay.
63, sorry, was his number.
Yeah, love that play. It's a shame he didn't score though.
Yeah, what, he was like 7 yards short?
Yeah. Like, okay, he's got it. He's going. Oh, damn, he might score.
Right?
Then another one with, it's that Dolphin player. And he got the ball and he just dove for it.
Oh.
It was a screen pass and he grabbed it for some reason. Then he turned upfield and he, like, got hit while he's in the air. Reached out for the goal line. I'm going to put it on here. But
yeah, I know the play. I don't remember his name. But then, like, big guys, too. I always think of Big Fitz Wolfark, right?
Oh,
Probably biased because Pat's fan, but had, what, 3 picks? Didn't he have a pick 6? Like,
I think he did.
So.
Yeah. Gosh, I love the Hoggies.
Yeah.
Go on. All right. So, we're coming to the end of the show. So for this, I love to get my guests to show some love to who have helped them along the way in life. So who would you like to thank?
First of all, I think it starts with Mom. Up until I graduated, I don't think there was a practice or game she missed. I'm still not sure if she knows half of what's going on the field, but she shows love and support. Whole reason I got back into football, my fiance March, she's the one that really kind of pushed it because I was on the edge, but I missed more contact than Flag was giving me. And I've been so fortunate to have great people, great coaches in my corner everywhere I went. So I guess Mike Palumbo, Tony Spallettini, Al Coop, the Woodson family, Coach John, Coach Anton. Yeah,
Perfect.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Of course, that's usually when I get the guests to sign out. But since you're a Pats fan, what do you think of that Super Bowl?
I mean, I'm not super upset. We have been
kind of assumed it was going to happen.
Yeah. With the Denver, QB1 being out against us, I don't think we should have won that game. It was great seeing a tough defensive game like that. But with the Seahawks, just everything clicked, the way the offense played, but that defense. I mean, Patriots defense, I thought played pretty lights out too. It's just, it's kind of like us last year. Our defense kept us in a lot of games, and our offense, we couldn't jump on opportunities, and kind of felt like a little bit of deja vu.
Yeah.
I'm not upset. We're a very young team. Even our head coach, he's pretty young. So I don't think it'll be the last you see of us.
Yeah. So are you one of those guys that blamed Drake May for that loss?
No.
That's good. Good. He got hit all the time.
Yeah. I mean, again, last year, our team, right? Like, we did our best. We had 3 QBs go down with injuries. That only happens if they're getting hit.
True.
So,
yeah, I'll just falling over to prima donnas.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not in this league. In the NFL, maybe.
Yeah.
Can't even breathe on them. But in this league, I've seen guys get knocked out.
Well, it's in our game against the Gators, our QB at the time, Brendan Wilhelm, I ended up taking him to the hospital after, and because we thought at first he fractured his sternum, but I forget what muscle or nerve ending cluster right in the middle. I guess that was just severely bruised or sprained. Didn't break anything, but
lucky.
Yeah.
The loss gonna suck. Jeez. Anyways, so I'm glad we got some extra content out of that. So I like to have my guests do the sign off now.
Okay.
So I want you to say your name and say checking out. Say this to the camera.
BD3, checking out.